Tears flow silently within the depths of my soul, longing for a break from this exquisite pain that is buried in the deepest corner of my heart. A sense of hopelessness, the feelings of burden upon those I once called my own. It was just a couple of simple statements made, but somehow the words began to define me. The words were no longer words but poisoned ivory, poisoning my soul within. I lay replaying every harsh statement made, every mocking moment, every powerful word over and over again until I genuinely started believing what I was told was true. I wasn't beautiful. I wasn't worthy of existence. I was invisible to the eyes of the world, yet I was fat enough to be noticed. I was called many names. One phrase in particular hooked onto me so securely, it sliced through my confidence and left me belittled, drowning in self-hatred. I was called MOT, short for Ministry of Transport, but that's not what they were referring to. There was an inside joke. MOT sounded like a moti, a Punjabi term meaning a fatty. Whether I was huge enough to be a transporter or just fat enough to be picked on, it wasn't funny. Yet I ironically laughed alongside a bunch of so-called friends in the day. But at night, I surfed oceans of tears to get to the horizon, trying to leave behind the insecurities I suddenly faced. But I could no longer leave them behind. Somehow they now clung onto me in a possessive manner. It was meant to be banter, a joke. And at first it was, yet slowly the words manifested into a form of poison. This very simple phrase left me broke. It wasn't even the present me they were mocking. For them it was just a joke. I got the nickname Fatty based on absurd reasons, and even I knew it was just a joke and it made no sense as I was slim. I was slimmer than them all. Yet still the word fat carved onto every part of me, every body part, every piece of meat. Many times people laughed and called me names, ridiculed me with words of harshness. Every time I sat beside them, I was targeted. They laughed at my speech, my accent, my vulnerability. They showered me with hate. And slowly the hatred penetrated deep within my soul, leaving a mark, a self-hatred stamp engraved deep in my chest. Yet I still called them friends. I still felt love and care towards them. I still wished good for them. But this was my nature, so pure and loving. Soon my heart crushed and crumbled as I trembled in anguish. I sat reflecting on everything said. Somehow the words were not as innocent as I recalled. How could words be so cruel, so hurtful? How can a couple of statements destroy my self-confidence and make me hate myself? Why was I now looking in the mirror trying to mask myself into someone I'm not, trying to get approval from those who don't even value my existence? Why did I now want to hide away my true identity to fit in, wanting to be what society deemed perfect? Why was I desperate to prove I'm good enough as the people who had no respect for me? Why was I so desperate wanting to trade my uniqueness to be their shadow? Why did I let people manipulate me into believing I'm not enough? Why did I laugh alongside them and do injustice to myself? Many questions arose, but I sat with no answers, no idea why or how I lost my true self. I just sat there, entrapped within a silent destruction, rocking to and fro. Suicidal thoughts on my mind as I sat, trying to unwind, trying to make sense of my life, wondering why they couldn't just be kind. I put my self-worth in their hands. I gave them the authority to stipulate my true self. I sat puzzled as to why I was letting meaningless words have such control over me and my emotions. I figured I'm not as bulletproof as I thought I was. My shield was no longer defending me. I wasn't the strong individual I used to once be. I was now more of a fragile glass, trying to settle within a hostile environment, slowly being shattered with arrows of austere words. They threw words at me that criticized, taunted and ridiculed me. Words that took a few moments to say but stayed lingering alongside me for many moments after, many days after. Derogatory language, critical and judgment words stayed with me, proving their loyalty, staying true to their original impact, just as debilitating as they were when they were first said. Yet the people whom I called friends deemed unloyal to our friendship, unloyal to our relationship. The invisible scars were now visible to the eye as I marked upon my body the language of self-hate. I let my scars do my talking, voice my opinions, cry for help. Words were never just words to begin with. I didn't realize they were actual powerful creatures which can either be used to light up the skies or be used to split the clouds and roar like thunder, drowning someone's world.